All right, we'll try and do this quick before the camera dies in the cold. It's 25 below outside. This polar vortex is moving in. As you can see in here, it's more like 15 below. So we're about 10 degrees warmer than ambient. Still no heat for the chickens. I can hear them. Sounds like they're ready to get up. Let's get a look here. Oh yeah. Got an egg this morning. Here you can kind of see their frosted up backs where they turn around and put their heads. And then their other trick is lifting a foot. So when they aren't right down on the roosting bars puffed up to stay warm, that lifting a foot is another trick they do. So you can kind of see their frost they get, and then their back where they put their head when they sleep. Kind of got the messed up feathers there. Girls, your hairdos are messed up. Oh, please don't peck me. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Oh, are you not wanting to be touched this morning? Is that what it is? I don't have anything for you, sorry. Okay, come on, ladies. I didn't open their door for them. Oh, it's still dark. It's hard to see. Open their door for them.
It looks like a really good sunny day, but it's pretty cold outside. It's 11 below. We're gonna go check on the chickens because we're in the middle of the polar vortex. So we're gonna see how they're doing and see if they need any feed or anything.
Okay, let's bundle up. Two more. Didn't get them quick enough. They froze and split. The heated water has quite a bit of ice in it, and we're going to need to add some feed. They're doing okay, but you can tell they're not real thrilled with the cold. Yeah, there's plenty of feed in them. Add a cup of feed to that. We'll give them a few scratch grains here. I don't have my apron on, but I don't know if it's going to matter as cold as it is. Okay, that's done. Let's add some bedding.
Bobo.
You don't want to be bothered while they're eating, huh?
Nope.
So as this cold is coming through, this one here looks like she's got some frostbite, or at least frost nip on that comb. We're gonna have to just ride this out and see what happens. It's supposed to be -30 one more day. Just unbelievably cold. We're gonna give them some seed, corn and mealworms and things just to give them a little extra. Alright, let's get in there and have a look.
Pretty frozen. It's a lot of ice.
Okay.
And
Yeah, still plenty open. Do you want to See if you can rock that thermopond thing around. Make sure it's loose.
Yeah.
Go ahead, reach in there and give it a push.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's running. Okay, good. It is about 20 degrees in there. Well, I caved and decided I needed to do something here. I was watching the news and I see a lot of farmers are taking extreme measures to protect their livestock. And I also see there's been 7 deaths in the Midwest because of the polar vortex. Okay, so it's like 12 below in here, I would say, somewhere around there. Heat lamp's been running under the roost all night. I hear them. It is 0 in here. And we've got an egg. Grab that. So the good news is the heat lamp running under the roost seems to have kept it up at least to 0 degrees in here, which is better than the 33 below it is outside. So let me open up the door. She's not waiting. Mind your way. She's gonna get out and start her day. I'm gonna close up the big door and hold some heat in. Looks like they're all coming down. So they're out. Looks like they found the heat lamp. They're just gonna kind of puff up and sit by it, which is fine by me. It's only supposed to be a high in the -5 to 10 degree range today. I think that's the daytime high. So we'll check back later and see how they do. We'll just leave that heat lamp kind of shining. It's hanging by a wire and heating the underside of the roost, which I think is what kept the roost warmer. There's just a thin piece of 3A CDX for floor. Not very warm in here, even with that heat lamp running. I guess I could have run a bigger one than that 100 watt. My only concern is the fire hazard. And I know there's a lot of warnings out there. If you get on the internet and read up, people will tell you that it can be dangerous, and I have first-hand experience with that. We did have a fire one year in a building where the dogs started barking and alerted us, where we got out there and found it early and got it out. So I'm really leery about doing this, but I guess you either deal with the cold or you deal with the consequences of the heat lamp. In this particular case, I guess I'm willing to run the risk for 24 hours of having the heat lamp on. There's quite a bit of steam coming off the water here. That hole in the ice has gotten pretty small. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Thermal pond is still keeping the water open. It's about 10 degrees in here. This is doing its thing. Frost is pretty bad though, but I guess that's to be expected. Alright, I'm going in. This is gonna die, and it's really cold. Alright, it is 7 below. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So everybody's feet came through this just fine, but it's the combs here that we're worried about. Looks like we got a little frostbite on this one. So it is now It's now about 10 degrees in here, even though it's 7 below outside. So just the covering on the hoop house is keeping quite a bit of heat in here. The heat lamp on the bottom is radiating some heat up. I mean, maybe the better way to do some heat transfer would be to take a hole saw and tack some tin or something in that, you know, gives better conductivity of the heat. But one thing I'm leery of is getting them too hot and then cutting the heat off, because once this is passed, I'm taking this heat lamp back out. The concern is for frostbite, but the chickens don't seem to want to be where the heat is. The chickens want to be out moving around. So while we came through pretty good, we're going to have a little bit of lasting damage from the 33 below temperatures last night and the 25 below temperatures the day before, and the daytime highs in the negative. But like I said earlier, these chickens have had frostbite before, and they've come through it fine. I think we worry about it more than they worry about it, or we're bothered by it more than they're bothered by it. Chickens just want to be chickens. And we'll keep you updated on what happens with that comb. Wattles look good. So you put scratch grain out, but what they really hoped you were going for was mealworms. So grab that bag once. How are we looking in there?
Does it go by? What does it go by? On the thermometer.
I don't know. What do you mean? What does it go by? It goes by numbers.
No, but it goes 24.
By tens?
23 degrees.
Okay. How much ice have we got?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, but it's plenty open, right?
Yeah.
So towards the edges, it's probably 3 or 4 inches.
What?
Yeah, if I stick my hand under, it's getting thick.
It doesn't look that thick.
Going this way, there's probably an inch and a half of ice when you get away from the pump. But it's not bad. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna move that thing.
Okay.
See if we can start a hole somewhere else.